Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with Jen and Sharon.
Good morning. How's everybody today? It's a sunshiny-ish day here in Cleveland, and we got fresh snow overnight, and that made me happy.
It does. It's a little change of pace. And
Mhm.
when I woke up, my girls were already they're on the younger side still. They were already outside playing in the snow, so I
I
couldn't.
went out to play in the snow too, but we call it wiping off the snow from your car because you forgot to put it in the garage.
It's nice to think of that in a playful way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many people are taking time away from work or watching the news on TV to join us. But today we're going to talk about humor and when it's not humor, because I think, we've been together with our families so much. So everything that you normally feel about your family is just multiplied, right? Exponentially.
Magnified, I think, too.
Yes.
Right. Mhm.
Yes. And we all are kind of looking for a change of pace or something to laugh at. And sometimes that comes in the form of gentle, fun teasing that's good for everybody. And sometimes we go a little too far. I know that happens sometimes in my house. But Jen, I wanted to ask you, I
I
was
don't know what
thinking,
you're talking
what's
about.
that?
I don't know what you're talking about. Never happens here.
We're always laughing together, right?
Mhm.
Not at.
Right.
Um, but what in your family? I know you're one of five kids like me.
Mhm. Yep.
What was the story with teasing and humor
Well,
in your family of origin?
oh, yeah. Okay, so a couple things that are frequent mantras from my growing up were we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you, which if you have to say that, you're then it failed, right? It would
Mhm.
stipulate to that. If you have to tell somebody that, then it didn't work. Can't you take a joke?
I
Um,
like that one.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's also like maybe that's just sort of adding a little gasoline on the fire. Um, Yeah, I think in our house it was like, it was a way to kind of it was a way to keep so other people from their head getting too big or like to take you down a peg because you're not so special. When you're in
Right.
a bigger family, I think that is part of the ethos of, you're just everybody's going to get it. And
Right. Now, sibling teasing is different from parent-child teasing.
yeah,
Sibling teasing, I feel like, goes without saying,
yeah,
and it always crosses the line at some point, right? I mean, it's just part of being a sibling.
that's the
Um,
definition of it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I continue, everybody just feel free to comment with what is the culture in your family.
Yeah. And
But
Sharon, tell us about yours, because just because
oh,
we have
about
similar
mine.
upbringings in other ways doesn't mean it was the same at your house. It could have
Well,
been
that's
very
true. Well, it was mostly sibling teasing because my parents didn't tease us. That wasn't really their way. And we were not allowed to tease them. I remember we thought it was gentle mockery about one of the parents. And it was a whole like, there was a nickname and like silliness about it. And that parent, it turned out, was very hurt by the whole thing. So it
Aw.
had to stop.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but and that's what happens a lot of times. You find out that you've crossed the line when somebody's feelings get hurt.
Right.
Um,
All fun and games, somebody gets their eye poked out.
and you know what's funny? In my husband's family, um, his mom is the best sport. She has a way of misstating things like a malapropism. Like she'll mean to say one thing and she'll say a different word. It doesn't happen all the time, but her children will remember every single time she does that and bring them up. And every time they tell these stories, I'm just amazed by what a good sport she is. She never seems to have her feelings hurt. And I think I'm an okay sport, but I'm not that good a sport.
Yeah, it's yeah, and I also think it's something that you can grow into. I mean, I have very vivid memories of not being a good sport about being teased in my younger years, and then at some point, probably, I don't know, later high school, college, you realize that if you lead with laughter about what happened, then that takes some of the sting out. It's like you get smart about it. You're like, wait, if I make fun of myself, then that diffuses it. And I think that's true for our adolescents is that they go through a painful phase where they don't know how to laugh at themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
take everything very seriously. And it's such, but I'm here to tell you there's light at the end of the tunnel, because at some point they do learn how to laugh at themselves. Not all the time. Nobody's perfect. Even as adults, we can't always do it. But when you see them make that turn, that's to me a real hallmark of growing into adulthood, is the
Right.
ability to laugh at yourself and to say, "Oh yeah, that was kind of silly or dumb or whatever it was." So it'll happen, but there are a lot of years in there where you're just tiptoeing on eggshells, because you know that you push it even just a little too far, it's going to end in tears or a door slamming, or you know,
Yeah.
you're always like this. Why do you always take me down? That
Aw.
when you didn't mean to, and
Right.
then all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, you learn you went too far when you went too far.
Well,
And
sometimes, if your kid is bummed about something, but it's not like it's a big, there's no big drama, but they're just kind of griping or grumbly about something. And I've been known to make what I think is kind of like, oh, a gentle ribbing, like, oh, well, I don't know what, I can't even give an example, but they'll say, Mom, that's mean. Why don't you? And I was just being lighthearted. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I like
that's
it when
it's
you're
not always
lighthearted.
taken that way. I think maybe as the moms are there's a higher level that we are, a higher standard we're held to. They're counting on us to be the one who has their back and
Yes, of
understand. So
course.
if you seen that meme, like if your mom isn't still mad at the girl who was mean to you in junior high, is she even a mom?
Right.
It's funny because it's true. I mean, we expect our moms to be our champion all the time. And so if the mom is the one who says the thing that is a little bit, maybe one step too far, I
Right.
think that the repercussions are much worse. I don't know
Exactly.
why that is.
On our job.
It just is. It's part of the job description. Right.
One way that we have increasingly found that humor has been helpful is poking fun at ourselves as parents when we make mistakes. We're not
Mhm.
we are fine with apologizing. We're pretty good in our house about like, sorry, I lost my temper, whatever. And all five of us have been known to, lose our cool about one thing or another. But my husband and I will both now tease ourselves about the tantrum. We call them tantrums that we had earlier. Sorry, I had a tantrum, or I had a little tantrum about the shoes left all over the floor, and then the kids will laugh, and
Mhm.
they know that we made the mistake. And yeah, but poking fun at the parents, if the parents start it, is always a winner for everyone, I guess.
Well, that is the one thing that is helpful, is that it sometimes when the parent becomes the common enemy, if you will, among the siblings, it unites them. Like all of a sudden, they might have been bickering with themselves, and then all of a sudden they turn on you together. And they're like, "Hey, yeah, that's not fair." So yeah, you got to be able to put your flak jacket on and take it sometimes for the good of the team. It's like, okay, well, I guess it got them to stop arguing with each other. I'll take it if that's what has
Right.
to happen.
Um, one thing that we've been joking about lately is roasting. When you roast somebody and you tease them on stage. Um, my family, last time we went on vacation, my family of origin, we had a family talent show, which is extremely hokey, but um,
I wanna be invited to that.
well,
I wanna see it.
you could do really good singing things.
I don't know about that.
My oldest got up and roasted me at that.
Oh, and did that hurt? Or I mean,
No, because I knew it was coming, and I knew which things he was gonna say, and I was like, "Well, I stand by what I said. I just said it in a weird way." Like, there was one time where I said in this strange way, "Get your foot off my phone," and they'll quote this back to me all the time, but truly, should anybody's foot be on anyone's
no,
phone? So
you were
I didn't
right
even
to be
care.
appalled.
What?
Sometimes things that were not funny at the time do much, much later become like family lore, or things that can become funny. Maybe not everything, but it's hard to take the long view at the time. But yeah,
For
I,
sure.
I will tell you one kind of funny thing that happened when one of my kids was really quite small. I don't know. I'm not sure how old, 7, 8. She had a little whiteboard in her room, and she had a smiley face. She had drawn a smiley face on it, and to be completely silly and just hilariously funny, he thought my husband turned the frown upside down, and instead of having a good day, he wrote, "Have a bad day." And it was
Oh,
pretty funny because I think
yeah.
she had a bad day. You know, it was like one of those, like, sometimes you just got to be like Alexander in the no good, horrible, really bad day.
Yep.
But for her, that was like the last straw of that day, and
Oh,
she felt so betrayed. And she was so now that we're all much older and wiser, we can laugh about it, and we do laugh about how that was a parenting fail. Like, yeah, bad. That was a bad dad day. Okay, we're just, and sometimes, and I have some in my own that I can't, I don't even know if I can share. But there are just times when you look back and you're like, yeah, I didn't handle that well, and
yeah.
now we can laugh about it, and that's
Right.
the best you can hope for. So
We'll even tell toddler stories sometimes of like the funny things they said as toddlers that nobody seems to get hurt by that. But
yeah, no, I remember one particularly bad mom moment when I yelled at one of my kids. You know, when you try to put your kid in the car seat and they do that thing where their body goes stiff and you
yeah,
won't put in. And I was at the library and I had to get to an appointment somewhere, and the kid was like this and wouldn't get it. And I was like, "Get in the car!" I'm like,
mm,
"Oh my god, I'm yelling at a toddler. What is wrong with me?" Yeah, yeah, so I can tell them about those things because they don't
that
even
was
remember it.
a little mom tantrum.
Yeah, I had a little mom tantrum, and I'm not proud of it, but it happened. So maybe like 30 years from now, we can laugh about whatever mom tantrums we're having in this day.
Right.
It just, what is that saying? Time plus tragedy equals comedy.
That sounds perfect. Well,
We'd love to hear about your
yes.
parenting moments, good, bad, ugly,
I
whatever.
would also like to hear the other ways that people are laughing that don't even have dangers of people's feelings getting hurt. Like, what are you laughing about these days with your family? We need more.
Yes, we need some productive and constructive ways that we can laugh together. That would be
Yeah.
good.
All
So
right.
loop us in. Have a
Well, everyone
great
have
day.
a great day, and we will see you next week.
Have a good one,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.